From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm your host for today, David Gale, and for Chris Piner. On today's show, we welcome to the studio Rick Robbins from the Out of the Darkness Suicide Prevention Walk, which is a walk that happens all across the state of Utah, but for the Uintah Basin, it's going to be happening for the very first time this year, correct? Rick, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Maybe before we get into it, maybe you can just give me a little bit of information about when it's happening and what's happening.
Alrighty. August 16th, Saturday at 9 a.m. is registration, and then 9:30 the 5K walk will start, and we'll walk around the Freestone Legacy Park on 9th West and 5th North. Okay,
so you go to the pavilion there at the park, kind of the biggest park in Vernal. If you're familiar with Vernal, you know you go to 500 North and 900 West. Register there, meet with fellow people who are interested in suicide prevention, suicide awareness. And then the walk is not a competitive walk. It's not like nobody's trying to win anything,
no,
right?
Nobody's trying to win. Just walk to raise awareness, to walk and support one another. We're all survivors of suicide in one way or another. So that's what the walk's all about.
Okay. You have any hopes as far as number of people that show up? This is the very first time. We've never done this before, right? Very
first time. We have 30 registered on the afsp.org on the web page. And so I predict we'll maybe have 50, or maybe a couple hundred would be awesome.
That would be great. Maybe we can get some people out there.
Yeah.
You mentioned the website. Could you mention that again for me?
afsp.org, which stands for American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Okay, and that's kind of the parent group behind this.
That's the...
Okay. So getting now into, we were talking a little bit earlier before we went live here about kind of the taboo nature that suicide has had in discussions, just social discussions in the past. How are you guys trying to help that?
For 50 years, nobody mentioned suicide. They didn't talk about that. So now that didn't work. So if we talk about it and raise awareness that people do struggle and are contemplating suicide, that you ask them that question. You ask those with depression or having trouble in their lives, a girlfriend or a loss of job, a loss of marriage, loss of a child may bring these symptoms on, and we need to learn how to talk about it.
Yeah. And our community, the Uintah Basin, how do we fare when it comes to suicide, statistically speaking?
We are #1 in the state of Utah.
That's a bad #1 to be, isn't it?
That is a bad #1. So we want to bring that down statewide.
Yeah.
And hopefully with these Out of the Darkness community walks, we can explode that and get the word out that there's help.
Yeah.
There's sunshine at the end of that dark tunnel.
Yeah, for sure. So if you think, I guess, what are maybe some of the symptoms that somebody like me, you would look for in a friend or a child or even a parent that would make you go, well, maybe I should talk to them about this?
If they're having sleepless nights, or say you're a jolly person at work and you're all of a sudden quiet. Maybe somebody would ask, are you doing okay? You're not your typical self. You're not as happy as you seem to be.
Yeah.
And then that opens up the door, and then as they begin to talk, you might ask if alcohol or drug abuse is in their history, and have they seen a doctor in the past about this? And then as you talk and they open up, then you might ask the question, are you planning to hurt yourself, suicide? Are you thinking of suicide?
And maybe you don't know the answer to this, but somebody who is contemplating that, would they sidestep that issue? I mean, would they say, oh, no, I'm not doing it, or would they actually open up?
I believe with the training that we received, that they would be very hesitant, but yes, they would probably come out and say, yes, I'm thinking about that. And then you'd ask them how they're planning that.
Huh.
And then you would get them to talk about their plan, and as they do, you find out everybody has a live side that they want to live,
right, or
the death side they want to die.
Okay.
So you'd talk about the life side, the one that wants to live. What's their hobbies? What do they love to do?
And then when you get to that point, what's the best next course of action to take? I mean, is there somewhere you can go? Is there the next level in order to ensure that this person is helped?
It's called Safety for Now, You'd ask them if there's a family member or a friend that they can visit with, and then you would get in touch with that person. If there wasn't a person, then the emergency room. But you wouldn't want to leave that person alone.
Yeah.
You'd want to be by their side. You'd drive them anywhere they wanted to go, walk, whatever the means may be.
Yeah. Speaking of walking, this walk is a great place to maybe even bring somebody like this to show them the support that the community has for this. I don't know that you would call it a disease, but the condition of being mentally in a state where you no longer want to live. That there are people out there that care about you, even if they don't know who you are.
Exactly. And we'd do that on August 16th, Saturday at 9 a.m. for registration, or go to afsp.org and register online.
And what else is happening? So we have the actual walk that occurs. Anything else going on while they're there?
There'll be a memory table. Those of survivors of suicide can bring a picture of their loved one, display that, so they see the face connected with the team.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be, like I'm walking and remembering David, so we might have a picture of him, or other teams might have t-shirts with their face on there.
Yeah.
Or just survivors.
Yeah. And information as well for anybody who might need counseling?
Yeah, Northeast Counseling will have somebody there representing them with pamphlets, and also there'll be pamphlets with American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We'll also have pamphlets and information.
Great. Thank you very much, Rick, for coming and telling us about it again. August 16th, 9 a.m. At the park in Vernal, 500 North. We'll be right back after this quick message from our sponsor, Strata Networks. We'll see you then.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uintah Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal, or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Hey there, and welcome back to Local Point. Lana Fullbright and Sam Passey are now here to discuss the new Uintah County Heritage Museum. Thank you for joining us. Did I get your name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, good. It rhymes with banana, Lana. Okay, thank you guys. Hey, okay, so the Heritage Museum was over at Western Park until relatively recently. Tell us what happened.
We moved it. That's what happened.
That's great. Where did it move?
We moved into the old library building at 155 East Main. It's taken about a year's worth of renovation and remodeling, but we're happy to be open now, and we've got some great things going on.
So tell me about why move? What was wrong with the old place? Now, there's nothing wrong with the old place, but you know.
The old place was too small.
There we go.
We have a lot of excellent donations from the people, and we're proud of the heritage. Plus, we're on Main Street. We're easier to find.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
We can link up with the library and the
History Center.
There you go, yeah.
Also, so that both history areas are together. And it's just a great new facility.
Yeah, that whole area is just, what's been done with it is so cool. And to have you guys in there as well, it's great for you and for us.
The county's really done a great job working with the city to revitalize that part of downtown, and it's just great to see families come in. They'll come to the museum, stay for the library, or vice versa. We've got a great Smithsonian exhibit now that people are really excited about.
Wow.
I'd like to invite the whole community to come out and see the Smithsonian exhibit. It runs until September 4th.
Okay. What is involved in this? I mean, there's a lot that happens at the Smithsonian, so what'd you get?
Go ahead. It's called Journey Stories. It talks about the transportation and migration across America, and why people have the need to move around. We had to do a companion exhibit with it, and so we chose Obstacle to Opportunity, the Yampa and the Green Rivers. So come on in. We have some great boats to look at in the history of the river and how it affects our community today.
That's so cool.
And if your kids like to push buttons, we got plenty of buttons for them to push at the museum, and they can hear giant talking figures, tell them about history, and you know, it touches on the good, the bad, and the ugly of American history and
Sure.
migrations. And it's really thought-provoking. It's a great family night. We're open Monday through Thursday, 9 in the morning until 7:30 in the
7:30.
evening.
Okay.
Friday we're open 9 to 6, and Saturdays 10 until 4.
And is there an admission charge?
There's no admission. Donations are, of course, gratefully accepted.
Sure.
But we're happy to have everyone come in, and if you haven't been able to come in and see our exhibits, I encourage you to do that. If we've got any information wrong, we challenge you to come and tell us so we can fix it.
Sure.
Right.
And this really is a community treasure, and it's been so exciting to be involved with the museums here in Uintah County.
Yeah, because not only are you in a new building, but the name has changed a little bit. It's no longer the Western Heritage Museum, because you guys aren't just Western in what you display.
Correct.
You're legit full-on museum, correct?
We are. And we're excited to be able to highlight more stories, tell more about people in the community from the past, the present, you know, so it's there for the future. We've got lots of exciting people in this community from the past, and it's just, we're excited to tell our stories.
Yeah, we have some characters.
We do. We
Definitely.
do. Like Miss Josie, you
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
She's a character, so we're excited. We have an exhibit coming in early fall on the Unquiet Utes, so that's a cool story that will be told. We're excited for that one to come in also.
And I also understand that with this movement and the name change, you've also got a new website. Is that
That's
correct?
right. That's right. Our website is www.uintahmuseum.org.
Okay.
And we'll all the time be putting up some new information there. If you want to take a workshop or class, we partnered with the library and the History Center to offer classes in things like recording your own history, telling a good story, those sorts of things. And you can register for those through our website or through the library's website. And I think VTV's been gracious enough to link to us on that. So if you hit the website, I'm sure you'll find those links. But come on in, check it out. That's really the message here today is give the museum a shot. It's a fantastic family experience.
And you can also find you guys on Facebook now too. We can like the museum.
Can
Are
like
you
the
using
museum.
Facebook to get any of that information?
Definitely, definitely. In fact, that's been a really neat way that we've been getting stories back from members of the public to say, hey, I saw this artifact here, and you guys need to know some more information about this thing and
that's
tell us
cool.
these cool stories. So you can find us, we're Uintah County Heritage Museum on Facebook.
Okay.
Like us and you'll get all of our information.
Like us, you'll see the brag tag art. The kids for the brag tags for this summer drew or told us their river stories, so they've been fun. And they are on Facebook also.
That's fun. Brag tag. That's something through the library.
The unplugged activities that the
unplugged
communities
brag
are
tag.
doing.
Right.
So that's been a great program. So if your kids are collecting brag tags, they can come pick one up at the library and the museum and the History Center for
And the
that
History
matter.
Center.
Yes.
That's right. Lots of brag tags to be had.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, we only got a little bit of time left, but I want to make sure that people know again where you're located and when they can come in and check out the museum.
Go ahead.
We're at 155 East Main in the old library building. Says Heritage Museum on it. And we're open Monday through Thursday, 9 till 7:30, and Friday, 9 until 6. Saturday,
10 to
10 to 4.
Lots of times to come
Lots
and see
of
what's
times.
going on.
That's right. And we're always changing things over. And so if you have a great idea for a future exhibit, let us know.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
coming in. Excited to go to the museum with my kids.
Right.
Appreciate it. And you should be too. And we're excited that you stayed with us and watched today. So thank you. That's all for now. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6. Remember to like us as well as the museum on Facebook for updates on your favorite VTV programming. We'll see you next time.